Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney. Just really quickly wanted to pop in here before we get into the video. I had to do pre-recording, and all that jazz. But today's Feature Friday. I was waiting for the Feature Friday calendar to be finalized. For Love Notions is the Willow Wrap Dress. It is $5 today only. You get an additional 10% off with 10 TKS. That is this quarter's code, newest code. So that's changed since last week. Yes, last week. Anyway, we're getting ready to pop. Yeah, it's a great faux wrap dress. It's got some great, a great skirt option. It's got great sleeve options, all that kind of stuff. I have made one. I no longer have a picture of it. It was not in my colors. Could never figure out why I didn't like that dress because I love that kind of style on me. Anyway, so it got donated. It turns out it was the color of the dress that just wasn't singing to me. But I do have plans to make another one because it is a lovely, lovely pattern. So stay tuned for that. But if it's one you've had your eye on, today is a great time to buy that because it is $5 off. Also, heads up, get your wish list in order for Love Notions. Their 30% off everything sale does start on Monday. So we've got a lot of fun. And again, my code 10TKS is good for an additional % off that sale price. Everything is 30% off, classes, patterns, except for the new Encore skirt. Everything else, because it's the new release, everything else is on sale 30% off starting on Monday. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, going into this video, I did get footage and pictures of my sister's top, my daughter's two tops. I didn't get any footage of my sister-in-law and her daughter with the bags. I didn't think that was as important because they weren't like trying something on. Only because it was kind of a short visit with those two because my sister-in-law had to fly her daughter out to see her dad for Christmas. So I didn't get to see them as long as everyone else in the family. And I just forgot to get pictures of them with their new bags, but they were very well loved. All right, let's move on to me showing you the gifts that I made for people for Christmas with footage of those, of 3 of them with their finished items. All right. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I am showing you my finished Christmas gifts that I made for my loved ones this past Christmas. Now obviously you're watching this after Christmas. I'm filming this before Christmas. So the idea is film it, show it, wrap them, give them to the people that they belong to, and then get some footage of them, like a picture, maybe a video of them, each of them in said garments or with their thing, and then be able to pop it up later. So this filming of this video is taking place over several weeks, actually, just in order to be able to put all of the information into the video for you guys to see. So hopefully this all works out fine. Okay, so I made 5 things for my loved ones this Christmas season, and I had a video back in December where I talked you through my plans, and I got all 5 things made up, which is very exciting. So I'm going to talk you through each one of them. You've seen a few of these, especially if you followed along with Vlogmas this year. I just did a weekly Vlogmas for 3 of the weeks in December, and in those, I was making all of these things. So with the exception of the 2 things for my daughter, I had those made before. But everything else, the other 3 things got made during Vlogmas. So you kind of got to see those in real time if you were following along with Vlogmas. But I'm just going to walk you through each of the garments that I made. And we'll just go from left to right because that's probably easiest. I have everything behind me back here. Okay, so the first thing is my daughter's dark romance Liberty Thea blouse that I hacked. If you followed along on Tuesday, I had a whole video on this, but you had not yet gotten to see her in it. So hopefully now you're going to actually get to see her in it. So this was a And Other Stories blouse that we saw in New York that she loved. They just had one and it wasn't in her size. Plus she's busty, can't buy button-up shirts easily. Asked if I could just recreate it for her. And then we proceeded to go over to Mood and find fabric in this beautiful silk crepe de chine that was absolutely perfect in her color palette and worked out really, really well for the finished blouse. I'm not going to talk too much about this because I kind of talked ad nauseum about it on Tuesday, since that's what the whole video was on. But I did forget to say in the video that this entire blouse has been finished off on the inside with French seams, including the armscye which is no small feat because I have double sleeves here. So they got a little thick. But even the arm's eyes are finished off. Everything is finished off. Beautiful French seams on the inside. So hopefully this will be a blouse that she can wear for years to come. But it's got this beautiful double sleeve. It's got the pin tucks on the front, the bow. It's a complete button up. Yeah, I walk you through everything that I did to the pattern, to the Liberty Thea boho blouse pattern in order to recreate this and other stories blouse. So you can watch that full video, and I'll link it up here if you want to go watch that if you've not yet seen it. But this was the first thing that I made. Well, not the first thing, but this was one of the things that I made for Christmas, and this one went to my daughter. Okay. Another thing that went to my daughter is this wonderful Allie Olson Hive pullover. So I made 2 of these, and again, this was its own video, but I had not shown you her in it yet because she didn't know she was getting this. So this is a surprise. She does know she's getting this one because I had her try it on. I was worried about some of the pattern adjustments I was making and know that it fits, but she does not know she's getting this one. Now, if you've been following along with the channel, you know the saga of me shrinking my Allie Olson Hive pullover. So she actually has that one in her drawer now, but it's a little bit, it's cropped fine. It's a little long on her, but in a little oversized a little bit. It's green, so I'm excited to see what her actual size that I should be making looks like on her. And I made it in one of her beautiful, this color, this kind of a dusty rose, dusty mauve color that is in her color palette. So hopefully she really enjoys this one as well. But I've talked about this before. It's just a really lovely pattern. And I think I see her wearing this with her high-rise jeans, her leggings, her high-rise flared leggings, like all sorts of things I can see her wearing, as well as her Carla loungewear, like those pants. I see her wearing this as loungewear as well. So I think she's going to get a lot of wear out of this, especially in the cold winter months. So fingers crossed she likes this as well. Okay, next I made 2 of the Noodlehead Sandhill Sling Bags, and I love these. Again, if you were following along with Vlogmas, you know I made 2 of them, and I'll talk about them each individually. But both of them were made out of thrifted suede. So this was actually a suede dress that I got at Goodwill that it had some unwearable, some markings and stains on it that made the dress unwearable. So it makes it perfect to cut up and use for something else. And I have enough to do, if I want to do something with scraps and stuff with suede, I do have leftovers. So I saved every last bit, every last piece. But this pattern is just delightful. So again, I made mine in suede, and I did not interface the body of it. I was worried that with the suede, it was going to get too thick along a lot of these seams, and I'm glad that I didn't. I think it would have gotten really thick in some places and may have been even too much for my industrial to handle, but this worked perfectly. Without the interfacing, this worked perfectly. So it's got, I did view A, I think. It's got this really cute little front pocket. I've lined it with quilting cotton. And I bought my zippers from Noodlehead. They sell the zippers. So we've got a 2-part zipper up here. You've got the inside. There's an elasticated pocket that's here in the center. Again, that is the lining fabric there. This is for my sister-in-law. Now the pattern has you making your own strap. So you sew webbing actually to this little part right here, and then you make your own strap. I wanted to do some fun straps for them. So I made this for my sister-in-law and then the other one for her daughter. And so I put 2 D-rings. So I put a D-ring up here at the top, and then the pattern has you putting a D-ring down here at the bottom. I had to kind of finagle it though, up here at the top, because it was meant to just have a strap coming out of it. So I've just finished it off and then folded it over and kind of tacked it down. It's not my favorite finish, but I think it looks fine. But I did do something different for the second bag that I made. So I'm really hopeful that this crossbody is going to be, that my sister-in-law is really going to love it. I mean, it's in suede. It's a beautiful color. And then she can mix and match any of the fun purse straps that you see everywhere for her version. And then for her daughter, who is 10, I made one in pink. So the pink suede started off life as a pair of pink suede pants. Who doesn't need a pair of pink suede pants in their life? And for this one, instead of that piece that would have the fabric or the strap coming out of it, I just did a second little D-ring, just like at the bottom. So she could, again, mix and match. So that's the adjustment I made to the pattern on this one. I just did a smaller one here so that she can mix and match that. I did not interface the suede on this one either. I think that worked fine. Again, my zippers came from Noodlehead. I did the same thing, the same pocket in the front. I also lined this one in quilting cotton, but I used fat quarters that I got from my So Haley Jane boxes. So I used, I think, 3 different fat quarters to get all the lining pieces cut out of this, which is kind of fun because they all coordinate, but they're a little bit different. So there's the elasticated pocket. I actually have some fingernail supply stuff in there for her as well as part of her gift. But this just went together really well and super quickly. And again, I put a fun strap on it so she can, she can take that off and you switch it up and, you know, because you can find these straps pretty much anywhere. So hopefully she enjoys this as well. She can put her little trinkets and toys and stuff in there, carry it around, and has a good time with this as well. So that is the second bag. I'm not a bag maker. I don't make a ton of bags. These went together really well. The instructions were excellent. Again, you can buy some of the hardware stuff on Noodlehead's website. I was very impressed. So not being a bag maker, I was very pleased. And those went together, and they're such a relatively quicker makes and very satisfying. So I'm excited to see the reception to that when those two open those up. And then the final thing that I made is this blouse for my sister. So this is some silk that I got from Italy, and she actually picked out the silk while we were there in Italy, and then she picked out the pattern. She had sent me some ready-to-wear garments that she really liked, and then I looked for patterns, sent those to her, and then she picked which one she liked the best. And we settled on the Atelier Skimmy Passions blouse, and it's perfect. So she wanted something with a high neckline. We went with the ruffled little edge here along the high neckline, almost like a turtleneck. And then the sleeves also have the little ruffle edge there as well. It's just really beautifully done and finished, if I do say so myself. All French seams in here, and where the neck edge got closed down, that's all hand stitched. So everything is very clean finished on the inside. This is a very simple blouse. In fact, there aren't even any bust darts on it. If I were making this for myself, I'd do a full bust adjustment and add a bust dart, but my sister doesn't need one, so I just left the pattern as is. My sister is tall. She's 5'7", and has really long arms and legs. She has a short torso, but really long arms and legs. Her measurements are similar to Jenny's, so I had Jenny try this on, and so I think it's going to work really well, which is, fingers crossed. She lives 500 miles away from me, so we can't do fittings. Anyway, I put a little silver button for my stash here on the back. There is a keyhole opening, and made a little fabric rouleau loop there for the closure for the button. Now, this back seam did not get finished off with French seams because of the nature of the keyhole opening. But again, if you followed along, I think this was Vlogmas Week 1, I showed how I cleanly finished off the inside. There were no sergers were used in the making of this blouse. But I show you how I finish off that center back seam there in order to get a nice clean finish on that. The fabric is absolutely stunning. I mean, I know she picked it out, so I know she's going to enjoy that. And hopefully everything fits her really well, and she really enjoys her silk blouse as well. But there you have it, folks. Those are the 5 gifts that I made for my loved ones this Christmas season. And hopefully they all enjoyed them and all really liked them. I had a lot of fun sewing them. That is all that I've got for today. I hope you're having a great Friday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. You get some sewing in. And I'll see you guys again on Tuesday. Have a good one. Bye-bye.